listeners, Harika here, and I'm super excited to welcome you to UppTalk. If you're ready to learn and get your hands work wonders in the world of information technology, then you're in the right place. When I say UppTalk, we are not just another edtech company. Consider we are your learning partner committed to unlocking your full potential. Whether you're stepping into the world of technology for the first time or looking to advance your career, we provide top-tier, hands-on courses to build up your career. Let's take our first step towards learning here and explore it.
Basically, in Workday, what happens? Let's say you have created this integration. You have scheduled this integration by your ID. You have scheduled this integration by your ID. Whenever you have scheduled integration, let's say you have scheduled this integration to run at 6 am. Every day, I state, this integration is running your profile. Let's say this is your profile. This profile is running. If you open the integration event, for example, this integration event, in this integration event, you just notice everything. See, now you should be familiarized with these things because this is the main thing you are going to work in the integration. This is one of the pages which you are going to look many times. You just explore. What are the ID? What are the details you know you will be able to see in the integration event and then in the parent event? Open parent event in the new tab and just explore what are the options you can see. Now in this integration event, if you see this integration is run as Jacqueline and initiated by Jacqueline. Run as Jacqueline and initiated by Jacqueline. Now when you schedule this integration, let's say every day at 6 am. And let's say this one your schedule is 6 am. Every day. Every day. Now, in this case, let's say Jacqueline is going to be terminated on 2nd of July. The 2nd of July, this profile will be inactivated. This Jacqueline profile. You know this Jacqueline profile. This will be inactivated. When this profile will be inactivated, then who is going to launch this integration? This integration is configured to be launched by the owners. Even I can. Even if someone is having an integration admin role, he or she will be able to run the integration also. But the schedule is defined by Jacqueline. The integration will be initiated by Jacqueline. In this case, let's say if the Jacqueline is getting terminated on 2nd of July, then this will be impacted, right? The initiated by user itself will not exist in the system. Then how this integration is going to be executed on that particular day. For this one, what we generally do? We generally created one virtual account in Workday with required integration permission. Virtual account with required integration permissions, and we call that as ISU. ISU means integration system users. Let me write down here only. ISU is kind of virtual account in Workday. In Workday, the definition, the full form is integration system user. Integration system user. This ISU will be assigned to the integration, and this ISU will be responsible to run the integration as well. To create ISU, we have one task here, create integration system user. Once ISU is created using this task, let's say you have created one ISU using this task. This ISU will not be having enough permission to access the integration events or to launch the integration event. When you will create that IS, you will not be having any kind of access. To provide that ISU the limited access, we will create one security group. To create a security group, you will be having one task, create security group. Just use create security group. In this create security group, you need to select type as integration system security group. We will call that as IST. And the type you need to do, you will see two types. There you need to select unconstrained. Once you create security group using this create security group task, you will need to assign ISU to this security group. Assign you to IST. Now this integration, this S, will be linked to this ISSG. Once you, let's say you have created ISU, let's say you have created ISU INN 1001 and you have created ISSD 1001. These ISU will be linked with this security group. Now we have created ISU, we have created ISSD, but we have not defined the permissions. Once we create ISSD security group and once we assign the ISU, then we are going to define the security required by that ISU. Basically, you need to go to the related action, security, then maintain domain permissions. Let me show you how exactly this happened. For example, this Lucky. Let me create one ISU with the name Lucky. Here what I will do is I will just go to this task, integration system user, create integration system user. Here I am just mentioning ISU underscore Lucky. Lucky1 I am just giving. Password. You can set anything. Welcome at the rate of 13. I am just mentioning. Then here are a couple of things you need to check. This session timeout should be 0. This session timeout should be 0 and you need to check this. Do not allow UI session. Do not allow UI session means this virtual account will not be able to log in Workday the way we do. We are putting credentials. We are able to log in into Workday. But this ISU is not supposed to log in the Workday. The work of this ISU is just to run the integration, generate files, access integration events, and all those things. But this ISU should not be able to log in the system. Basically, we will restrict that by using do not allow UI sessions. We'll do using do not allow UI sessions. We'll just click on this. Do not allow your session, then this will be created. Your ISU is created. This is your ISU. The first step is done. Now let us create the security group. To create security group, I have mentioned the task name is create security group. Create security group. In this create security group, you need to select type of tenant security group. In this type, you need to select integration system security group unconstrained. Integration system security group unconstrained. Here you give the ISD name, whatever you want to create. I'm just giving Lucky1. That both looks like linked to each other. Then you just click on your security group will be created. Your security group has been created. Now, in this security group, you need to link the ISU which you have created. Let me link the ISU. To link IS, you will see one option, one edit field integration system users. Click. This ISU is linked to this security group. This one is security group. This is your ISU. This ISU is linked to this security group. Now, the next portion is how to give the permission. As of now, there is no permission added to this security group. You have just created a security group. You did not provide any kind of permissions. To provide permission, what we will do is we will go to the related action. Then in the security group, here there is one option, maintain domain permission for security group. Click on this, maintain domain permission for security group. And here you will get something like this. You will be having view modify access and then put get access. Put and modify access will be required when this ISU required to update anything in Workday. If ISU doesn't need to update anything in Workday, we will not provide any get and put and modify access. There are some default security domains which we are going to add in modify. I'm going to just discuss that later. But here when the IS UR will be required to modify or edit something in the tenant, then you are going to put permission in modify access and put access. In this modify access, when exactly this will be used? Whenever you create any inbound integration. In that inbound integration, you will need those kind of access because that inbound integration will be required to update data in the Workday. Always remember, if you just need to extract data from Workday, then you provide view access and get access. View access and get access. Here I'm just mentioning modify plus modify slash put to update something in Workday. View slash get to extract data from Workday. To extract data from Workday just for view purpose. Now we have created ISU, we have created ISD. And now none of the security domains are added here. How to get the security domains added to the security group. First of all, before we go into that detail, you just understand in Workday, all the objects are secured under one security domain policy. Basically, there is one term domain. Domain, you can say a set of items or list of items. Items secured under same security policy. Domain is list of items secured under same security policy. And then we have domain security policy. This domain security policy is actually securing the list of items in the domain. Securing the list of items in domain. Now when I'm saying like what this domain means, what domain security policy means, let's see here. I'm just cancelling this at this point of time. Just remember the name. The name is ISSG Lucky. Now let us see domain. I'm just opening one domain. Let's say worker data, current staffing information. This is one of the domain. To search domain, you can just mention domain : whatever domain name is, and you will get to know how exactly you can identify the domains and all. I'm just showing you one of the domains. This is one of the domain and this is securing a lot of items. See, the count of secured item is 433. Total 433 items are secured under this domain, listed under this domain. And if you want to see the domain security policy, here you have domain security policy. Now, if you want to see what are all the items that is secured under this domain, you can just click on this ones. Data source filter, data sources in sunset report fields. See, there are almost 335 report fields which is listed under this domain. This domain contains almost 335 fields. Apart from those fields, this object, this domain is containing securing many other reports, many other web services, many things. Basically, all of the items which you can see here, all of the objects which you can see here, this is actually grouped in this domain. This is all this. These are listed under this domain. And this domain is secured by the domain security policy, which you will be able to see here. The domain name itself is the domain security policy name. I'm just opening the domain security policy. This is the domain security policy. See, this is the domain security policy. Here you can see this is the domain view domain. But here if you see, this is the view domain security policy, that the name of the domain and domain security policy is same. Now, here you can see what are all the security groups which are actually authorized to view this many data. And here you can see view and modify as well. What are all the security groups which can access the data which is listed under this domain? That is something you will be able to see in the security group. Any question? You are able to understand this, you are able to follow like how to create ISU, ISSG, what is domain, what is security domain security policy. If you need to give permission to update or edit something into Workday, you will add the domain in the modify input. If you just want to see the data, extract data from Workday, you will just provide your permission in view and gate. Then we have domain. Domain is actually a list of items secured under same security policy. Then we have domain security policy. This domain security policy is actually securing all the items in this domain. I have opened one domain. Let's say this is one of the domain. This is one of the domain. In this domain, there are a lot of objects. See, these are the custom objects. There are a lot of referred fields. If someone wants to access, for example, this is academic tenure date. Academic tenure date, a lot of same date. No worries. Basically, here you can see a lot of fields, almost 335 fields are there. If someone want to access the field, anyone from this list, from this field list, then he or she should be having access to this domain security policy. Then only the user will be able to access the data from these fields. This is the main thing. Now you understood the domain, you understood the domain security policy. How exactly domain security? What are the objects? Domain security policy, securing and all. When we will be creating the security group, we are going to add domain security policies like this. Now the question here is, you understand domain security policy, but how can we get the domain security policies which needs to be added in the ISSG? How can we get all the domain security policies which needs to be added in ISSG? For that one, what you are going to do is, let's say this is the integration event. Sorry, let's say this is the integration. In this integration event, basically the first thing you need to, let me open the security group. The first of all, basically you need two things. This ISU should be able to access the report. To access the report, you need to give modify permission, that is custom report creation. Custom report creation. Then this ISU is going to launch the integration in the system, access the integration events as well. In that case, we are going to give integration event permission. These two domains you would need to provide in the modify. You need to provide in the modify. This is for accessing the integration event, launching the integration event, scheduling the integration event, and the integration event which is scheduled to launch the scheduled integration event, and the custom report creation to access the report which is used in the EREP. Let's say you are creating one core connector integration. In core connector integration, you don't need to provide this custom report creation, but you will need to, provide this integration event. At this point of time, I am just giving this to security domains in modify permission. Now these two will be the default. Now other security domains. How exactly we can identify the other security domains? For that one, what you need to do is just go to the integration system. In this integration system, open the report as this is an outbound EIB. In this EIB, you have used one report. In this report, there are 11 fields and there are some filters. No filter, no prompt, nothing. Then you know data source. What you need to do is you need to start from data source and data source filter. In data source, just click on the related action. There is one option, security, and in security you will see view security. Click on view security. It will give you all the domain security policy which can access this data source. It will give you all the domain security policy which can access this data source. Here you can see there are total 67 domain security policies which can access this data source. You don't need to add all this security policy. You need to just pick one and then you need to add that security domain in your security group. Basically here, in this case, you can see many. Now, whenever you will see many security policies, the easiest way to identify the security domain policy which needs to be added is just search whichever domain security policy is having the larger count, you just select that. I'm just selecting this historical staffing information, current staffing information. I'm just picking one current staffing information. Just copy this one then. Where is that then? You just mention in the view axis. This is how you are going to identify the security for each and every field. This is how you are going to identify security for each and every field, and this is how you are going to add in this security group. Now you have identified the security group for one. Now let's see the another thing. You have used many field, first name, first CF, last name, second CF to blah blah blah. There are many. Now, basically, if I want to get the security domain for date of birth, what I need to do is, first of all, I need to get the security for the dependents because this is coming from dependents. What you need to do is you need to click on the related action, then go to the security view security. In view security, you will be able to get all the security domains. Here there are two domain security policy. Here, in this one, there is the more count I'm going to use. This is just a funder. It's not logical. You have to pull anyone. Just don't try to pull this self-service. Try another thing, anything apart from self-service. Try to pull that. And if you get just one domain security policy, self-service, then pull that one. Here, in this case, I'm just pulling worker data beneficiaries and dependent. Just copy text and add this domain here. Domain security policy here. Let's see 1.4. Basically, you have to do for all the will. Here, all these worker are just one, dependent, just another. I have a worker. I have already given the access for dependents. I have used the security now for each and every field. For each and every field, here you have added 11 fields. For all those 11 fields, you have to find the security and then you have to find the add that security domain policy in the security groups. Basically, here, potato birth. I'm again opening the security. Here, worker data dependent identifiable data. Sorry. I'm adding this one as well here. Similarly, you have to do this for all the fails. You just try by yourself. Add all the security domains. Then the next step what you need to do is, once you have added all the security domains in the security group, click, and the next step what we need to do is we need to activate pending security policy changes. Activate pending security. Pending policy changes. Activate pending security policy changes here, pending security policy changes. Here, you just add comment anything, whatever you want to click. It will ask for one checkbox. Just click on this checkbox. Click. Now, whatever security domains you have added in the inner security group, now that has been lifted. That is actually applied. Now you can try the next step. What you need to do is when this is an EIP, you need to share this share the report used in EIP with the ISU. How to say that? Just go to related action custom report. Custom report. Share with a specific authorized groups and user. Here users, you can just mention Lucky ISU. Lucky, you can see. If you do not add any security group, If you do not add any security domains and you try to get that user here in this report, you try to share this report with that ICU. You will not be able to do that. Basically, you will not be able to see that ISU itself. Here, I have added enough permissions to the security group. That is why I am able to see this Lucky. Click. Now this report has been shared with this ISU. When you activate it, what is the issue? This is fine. Oh, this is a temporary report. I guess I am just making this report permanent, Lakshmi. Now this report is being shared with the ISU. Now let us come to the integration. In integration, now the report has been shared with ISU. Now this integration I want to execute via ISU. I don't want to execute via my ID. Basically, what you can do is you can just go to related action of this integration. In the last you will see Workday account. Just edit this Workday account. Here you just type the ISU which you have created. Let's say Lucky. Now this integration is this ISU is assigned to this integration. This ISU is assigned to this integration. Here you will see ISU Lucky Workday account. Now when you will launch this integration, let's say I am launching this integration. Now click. One integration event I have already opened. I will show you this integration event and I will show you the difference. Integration event has been generated. Now see, this is this integration event. This integration event was earlier one in earlier one. See, this integration was ran as Jacqueline. This integration was ran as Jacqueline. But now when you will see the current integration, which I have executed right now, after assigning the ISU, see this is running as ISU underscore Lucky. ISU underscore Lucky. You got it right. There is a difference. Now this integration is running. Now this integration is running using this ISU is not running by your profile. Now again here you can see initiated by. Why this is coming? Why this is not coming as ISU? This is coming as user because I run this integration manually. Just now I went to the related action of the integration. I clicked on launch and I have run the integration. Now let's say this integration is scheduled. What we will do is we will transfer the schedule ownership to the ISU as well, and there you will see the initiated by and the run as both as ISU. You will not see your profile anywhere. That is how we remove the dependency of any end users from running the integration. Basically, let me create the last part. Let me create the schedule for this integration. To create schedule, you can just click on create launch, integration, launch and schedule. I want to run this integration at everyday 6 am. Everyday 6 am. IST here. When you launch integration, just remove this frequency run now and then schedule daily recurrence. Let me schedule daily recurrence click. I don't want to give any launch parameters. Use this as system default. That's fine, we have already discussed that. Then schedule recurs every 1 day. Start time is 6 am. IST, change the time zone. To change the time zone, just type India and you will get time zone Kolkata time zone. Then here you just mention the start date. I'm choosing to from tomorrow and in date you can just pull. Anything. I'm running this till the end of July. Now the schedule has been created. Once the schedule will be created, if you go to the additional information here, see the schedule has been created. The next 10 schedule is 27, 28, 6, 29, 6. Every day it will run at 6 a.m. IST now here. If you see, this schedule has been created by Jacqueline, and this schedule is owned by Jacqueline as well. Now, when this integration will launch via schedule, then you will see initiated as Jacqueline, because this integration is this schedule is owned by Jacqueline. What we will do, we will transfer the ownership of the schedule to ISU. How to transfer? You can just go to the related action, go in the schedule, future process, then the transfer ownership. You will see one option, transfer ownership. In transfer ownership, you just mention the ISU which you have created. You have created ISU underscore lucky. Now the ownership is being transferred. Now, when this schedule will run, you will see everything. Basically, you will see ran as ISU underscore lucky. This is coming when you are configuring ISU in the integration. This is coming when you are configuring ISU in the integration, and this will come. Whoever is launching the integration, now the schedule ownership is with ISU. Basically, the next time when the regular schedule will run, you will see this initiated by is also coming as ISU. That is something you can check tomorrow. That is something you can check tomorrow. You just check the integration event, which is run by the regular schedule, and then you just observe what is initiated by coming, what is run as coming. You will see both are coming as ISU underscore lucky one. Basically, this is how we create ISU. This is how we create security groups, and this is how all of the items are secured and all. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@uptalk.com.